Steve, it's another week, but it's Elder St. X, a huge game tonight. For the Bombers to come out victorious, what needs to happen?
I don't think it's rocket science. We've got to be able to slow down that number 10. That quarterback they have is a really special player. We've seen two great ones 2 weeks in a row now. But we got to slow him down, and that's easier said than done, and we've got to be able to run the ball.
I was going to say, in terms of running the football, what needs to happen that hasn't happened to this point?
Well, we've progressively gotten better up front, but we still have a long way to go with that. I think Daniel Vollmer being back in the backfield tonight is really going to help us. He's been playing a lot of defense this year, but we're going to put Daniel back in the backfield. We're going to sprinkle Jake Britt back there a little bit more and try to jumpstart it with those guys.
Last 2 years, these have been such great games. 2 years ago, the OT win by Elder. Last year, in the last minute, you guys hit a long pass to win at Elder. This is just that rivalry. It doesn't really matter what's on the line. It's just Elder St. X.
Well, it's GCL football. You've heard me say it before. There may be conferences as good as the GCL top to bottom in the country, but nobody's better. And this game is always an instant classic. I love coaching against Doug Ramsey. He's as good as it gets at this level. I know our kids love playing against their kids. A lot of them went to grade school together. So, yeah, this is a special game.
Final question. So will there be fire and brimstone? So on a game like this, when you give your parting words coming out of the locker room, is there a theme? Is there a speech? What are we going to get tonight?
I've given the same pregame speech my entire career. So I don't know that there's any fire or brimstone, but you can ask anybody that's ever played for me, what does Coach Specht tell you guys before every game, and they're all going to say the same thing.
You don't change it up at all from week to week?
We'll have a theme, but I'll address the theme. But really, at the end, I always talk about why we're here and the three responsibilities that kids have in this world. It's pretty simple.
All right, Doug. Here we are at St. Xavier, ready for a typical Elder St. X game. What's the key for the Panthers tonight?
Couple things. I think one, we got to be able to stop the run. We've got to make them, a one-dimensional. Their best part of their offense is running the ball. We need to take care of the ball in offense. We can't turn it over. We've got to get first downs. I mean, they're really good on defense. And this isn't going to be one of those games where we can win, if we give up 28 points. So we got to kind of shorten the game.
I was just say their defense is a who's who of college commits, right? So how do you neutralize a defense that's this good?
Well, you got to play well, but there's some things that we'll do. We're going to try to spread them out a little bit, and instead of blocking some of the guys, we're going to read more than we normally do. And when you got really good players and you put them in a position where they're not being blocked, they got to make the decision: do I take this guy or do I take that guy? We're going to try to give them a lot of those looks.
I'm guessing that they're going to have Daniel Vollmer play a little more on offense than he has so far. What does that present for you guys?
Well, it's a good running back. He played against us a couple years ago as a sophomore, and they surprised us. Hadn't gone Wildcat all year long. He played Wildcat, and we had an unbelievable game out here, overtime game that we won and going for two. But I think he had 280 yards of offense, something like that. So this time at least we've got a plan, that we know that he's going to be in some Wildcat situations, and so hopefully our guys can handle that, and you take the plan that we have in place and play well.
You look at the last 2 years, it's come down to overtime, and then last year, the last minute. Do you anticipate that again tonight?
I do. I think because, they're so good on defense. We've been really good against the run. We need to continue to be that way, as I said before. And if that's the case, if we can slow the run down, there's not going to be a ton of points scored in the game.
Final question. Obviously, you've been doing this a long time, almost 3 decades. Elder St. X, do you use fire and brimstone? Do you have a theme, or is it just what's the message before you send them out?
We talked yesterday about, this is you're lucky to be involved in this game. Take advantage of that. You look around the city, state, wherever, nobody's playing a game like that. There's not going to be this kind of atmosphere. There's not going to be anything like it. Take advantage of that opportunity.
All right, it's Elder St. X, 7:10 approximately, kickoff tonight in the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown right here from St. Xavier High School.